recording start. Oh yeah, this is the stuff. This is baby's first Zelda game. I mean, not right now, heavens no. I've played many, many, many Zeldas in the past, but back in the day, this was my first Zelda game. Long ago, in the beautiful kingdom of Hyrule, surrounded by mountains and forests. Game volume going down a bit more. Let me know if it needs more fixin'. Legends told of a omnipotent and omniscient golden power that resided in a hidden land. If I need to keep turning it down, I will. Many people aggressively sought to enter the hidden golden land. Kinda looks like a bunch of Shovel Knights. But no one ever returned. One day, evil power began to flow from the golden land. Yes, this was the very first game I ever streamed years ago. So the king commanded 7 wise men to seal the gate to the land of the golden power. I believe in Japanese it was just sages. That seal should have remained for all time. Other sticks looks like the letter F, like the Facebook logo. But when these events were obscured by the mists of time and became legend. It's sort of interesting seeing some elements that you'll see in later Zelda games first made their appearance here, like 7 Sages is a big one. Or getting 3 things and getting several more things after. A mysterious wizard known as Aghanim came to Hyrule to release the seal. He eliminated the good king of Hyrule. People like to retroactively say the short kneeling one was Saria. Through evil magic, he began to make descendants of the 7 wise men vanish. One after another. Apparently a lot of people misinterpret that sprite and think that pink gem on his headband is like a mouth. I remember his official art has his outfit kind of red, and the cap of it always made me think of like a wax red cheese wheel like Baby Belt. And the time of destiny for Princess Zelda is drawing near. Here we are. You haven't played this, but you've played A Link Between Worlds. Ooh. Yeah, as Endora said, if you've never played this one but A Link Between Worlds, you're gonna have your mind blown a bit. This one is very much, or rather A Link Between Worlds is very much sort of a love letter to this one, I think, and borrows very heavily from it, including the world map. Me. It's me. Help me! Please, help me! I am a prisoner in the dungeon of the castle. My name is Zelda. The wizard Aghanim has done something to the other missing girls. Now only I remain. Aghanim has seized control of the castle and is now trying to open the 7 wise men's seal. I am in the dungeon of the castle. Please, help me. Morri, I'm going out for a while. I'll be back by morning. Don't leave the house. Okay. And then Link just stayed in bed all day. I guess I stayed in bed? Now it's gonna get weird since I gave him my name. Alright, I got a lamp. Cool, hope you didn't need this, uncle. So how many of you have played this before? I know some of you have, obviously. Joe has, I'm gonna assume Andorra has. You have not? Hey, you're not allowed in the castle, son! Go home and get some sleep. Okay, game over again. Cell-shaded era Legend of Zelda game intros. Calm exposition that softens the more ominous aspects. Link to the Past intro. Welcome to Game of Thrones. Everyone's dead. Have fun. It's either your favorite or second favorite Zelda. If this is your favorite, what is your favorite then? Morri, I didn't want you involved in this. I told you not to leave the house. Take my sword and shield and listen. You can focus power in the blade. Hold the B button. Then release it using the secret technique handed down by our people. Morri, you can do it. Save the princess. Zelda is your... Bye. Majora's Mask. Also an excellent choice. Pew pew. I'm not going to be playing this in the most efficient manner. I don't know if I'm going to get all the heart containers. Maybe, if I remember where they all are. We'll see. I haven't played this all the way through in quite a while. You've played this game before, but the controls never really jive with me. I guess especially if you're used to more modern games, it might feel a little stiff. I know a big one is still you can't move and swing your sword at the same time, but at least you can swing in an arc, unlike the original Zelda where Link just stabbed right in front of him. Which was, a lot harder than I think it needed to be. The last time you played Majora's Mask, you were filled with such comfort the entire time you played. You'd forgotten how much you loved it. It's such a nice thing to hear. Does anyone else have any comfort games, I wonder? Like stuff you find yourself returning to frequently? I mean, this one is actually one for me. Donkey Kong Country 2 as well. I think, well, if you can call it a comfort game, but I still play a lot of Splatoon. Yeah, there's stuff that I find myself going back to. I don't think you needed me to read that, right? It's a map. It's a piece of paper. Use it to wipe your nose if you have to. Wind Waker probably is one for you. An excellent choice. Bye! Well, I can't roll people up and throw them into the vacuum of space in this game, but I can knock them off pits. I mean, that's something. They're going into a void, just down instead of up. I remember when I was really little, playing this game, I used to feel so clever. I would go up these stairs and then circumvent those guards and come out here and like, haha, I don't have to fight them, even though it was much slower. But at the time, I thought I was being quite clever. I was very little, so cut me some slack. Hello, Ryfam! It is not a giant rolling ball, but maybe if somebody crosses us over with Sonic the Hedgehog, maybe Link can do some rolling? I got the boomerang! Give it a try! That's all you got to say. I would love to stream more Katamari games, honestly, but I don't know if I'd be able to stream more of them. If some of them emulate well, then potentially. I mean, I could always go back to, like, We Love Katamari. I said before starting the stream proper, but I've been playing a lot more reroll on the weekends and the other day, and I've gotten all the shooting stars in reroll by clearing all the stages within a certain time. And I have all but 2 of the presents, but I never went back and got a better score on the Ursa Major and Taurus levels because forget that noise. Hello, Zelda. Thank you, Morri. I had a feeling you were getting close. Morri, listen carefully. The wizard is magically controlling all the soldiers in the castle. I fear the worst for my father. The wizard is an inhuman fiend with strong magical powers. Do you understand? Zen wakarimasen. No, I got it. Alright, let's get out of here before the wizard notices. I know a secret path, but first we have to go to the first floor. Let's go! That was the first appearance of Zelda's Lullaby. Buy Morri a capture card. I was looking at them again on the weekend, but they're so expensive, and I had to help my dad with some bills the other day, so that's like $500 dues gone. Psychonauts, Rock of Ages, Graffiti Kingdom, and Hyrule Warriors are some of your comfort games. I haven't played Rock of Ages. Speaking of rolling stuff, but I've seen it advertised a bunch. I mean, it's published by Atlas, so... And I've got a soft spot for stuff that Atlas puts out. Well, excuse me, princess. I think I've mentioned on stream before, but I remember watching the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, and even though I liked A Link to the Past, it was Mario where my true love lied, so... I was always disappointed whenever there was an episode of the Zelda cartoon because I wanted the Mario cartoon instead. I mean, Zelda was fine. I liked Zelda herself in the cartoon was cool. She got to wear pants. That was quite trailblazing. I don't know, maybe I found Link in the cartoon a little abrasive. There's a secret passage in the throne room that leads to Sanctuary. I'm sure the old man there will help us. What if he doesn't? You know you can rename, and that's why I did it, but it's weird to see my name in game. Yeah, you know, after reading the dialogue, I'm like, it's kind of weird now. I've self-inserted myself into Zelda. That ornamental shelf should open. Do you have a light? It's pitch dark inside, and you can't see without one. If you're ready, let's go! Help me push it from the left. I like to think Zelda's strong enough to actually push this all by herself, but she's just letting me feel useful. Link is such a perv in that show. He is! How about a kiss for luck? Well, that was CDI's Link, but the point still stands. I don't need to kill any rats here, do I? No. That. Is it gonna cause psychic damage to people if I leave money on the ground like Paper Mario? Just out of curiosity. Yes, okay. You were that one weird kid who loved the Donkey Kong Country cartoon? Oh no, I watched that too. I mean, I love Donkey Kong Country. I couldn't turn down watching an animated version of it, even if it was questionably relevant to the games, let's say. I mean, with all the musical numbers and the weird, like, Bluster Kong and Funky's weird, like, tanned, bleach blonde fur design, and K. Rool didn't have a tail, which I remember being weird, and his cape was really short, so it was more like a backwards bib, but maybe because it was easier to animate. After passing through these sewers, we will be very close to Sanctuary. Let's be careful. I mean, it was sort of early CGI, like, anybody else here watch Reboot? Reboot was a cool show, speaking of early CGI. I think done by a Canadian studio, if memory serves. And I mean, it looks really dated, but you know what? In the context of the show, having really dated graphics kind of works. There was also, by the same studio, Beasties, by which I mean Beast Wars. Anybody drop a bomb for me, maybe? Maybe. I'd love a bomb. 20 is good. Even though it was made in Canada, it was called Beasties here, because I guess Beast Wars was too violent a title. But that was my first, introduction to actually Transformers. So imagine my surprise to learn that Optimus Prime was usually a truck, and not a gorilla. Sanctuary is just beyond that door. Pull the switch over there. I know which switch is the correct one, but just for fun. As long as I can buy the items I want, you're cool with me leaving money in the ground. You have to pull the lever to open the door. I know, Zelda. Maybe I wanted some snakes. Okay, this is too many snakes. Why do we even have that lever? You did watch a few episodes of Beasties. It's causing psychic damage that I'm not lighting the torches. Princess Zelda, you are safe. Is this your doing, Morri? Yes, it was Morri who helped me escape from the dungeon. When I was captive, the wizard said, "Once I have finished with you, the final one, the seal of the wise men will open." Zelda's very good at manipulating her voice. Morri, you must not let the land of Hyrule fall into the wizard's clutches. If he releases the seal of the 7 wise men, evil power will overwhelm this land. Before that happens, before it's too late, destroy the wizard before he destroys all of Hyrule. You can do it. You can... I sense that a mighty evil force guides the wizard's actions and augments his magical power. The only weapon potent enough to defeat the wizard is the legendary Master Sword. It is said that the village elder is a descendant of one of the 7 wise men. Maybe he can tell you more. I will mark his house on your map. But watch your every move. I am certain that the castle soldiers will be looking for you now. I will hide Princess Zelda here. Do not worry. Seek the elder. Do you understand? What? Sure. Beast Trek. Meet the elder of the village and get the Master Sword. I thought you said you understood. Morri, be careful out there. I know you can save Hyrule. Thank you. That lever's there in the event that Ganondorf somehow returns to the world, tries to enter through the secret door, doesn't know the right lever to pull, and has a fear of snakes. It's brilliant. I already didn't visit certain rooms, so you're already bothered. I didn't have any bombs. What do you want me to do? I can't do anything about it. I've played a lot of rando Link to the Past in the past, but I've played some vanilla Link to the Past not too long ago on the Super Nintendo Online, but I haven't played it all the way through yet, so I'm hoping I remember where most things is. I guess I should talk to people, huh? Yo, Morri! A mysterious fog has recently fallen over the forest. We have to be careful. Maybe it's nothing, but this tree feels kind of strange as we cut it. Something about their faces are really... their mouths are really wide. You know, if they were to face forward, you could fit like your whole fist in there. Don't do that. You haven't read text in this game in an eternity, right? Especially because, Rando, skips all the text automatically. This mushroom smells like sweet, rotten fruit. You can give this to anyone who wants it. Cool, maybe I'll just keep it for myself. What great fog graphics, right? This was state-of-the-art back in the day. Hang on. I really like the music in this area. You don't think you read much of the text in this game when you first played it because you were really little and didn't read super well yet? Me too. Hey kid, this is a secret hole, or secret hideout, for a gang of thieves. Don't enter without permission. By the way, I heard that one of our ex-members is staying at the entrance to the desert. I mean, you're not supposed to be in here, but I'll give you some free intel anyway. Oh, no. Don't steal my money that I'm gonna hoard. You didn't play this until sometime you were in high school when it came out on the Wii Virtual Console. Where am I going? Not the right direction, apparently. Nope. There we go. We good. It adds some Bowser vibes in the voice acting. Anytime I do a gruff voice, it's gonna be Bowser. Like Macaroon from Chicory, that's the Bowser voice. Yeah, hex signs. The Wii Virtual Console had such a great library, right? Wanted! This is the criminal who kidnapped Zelda. Call a soldier if you see him. I got the nose all wrong. I have a broad nose. Get out of here. Hello. What? Who? Oh, it's you, Morri. What can I do for you, young man? The elder? I guess I could just swap pronouns while I read it since I gave, like, my name. Young lady? The elder? Oh, no one has seen him since the wizard began collecting victims. What? Master Sword? Well, I don't remember the details exactly, but long ago, a prosperous people known as the Hylia inhabited this land. Legends tell of many treasures that the Hylia hid throughout the land. The Master Sword, a mighty blade forged against those with evil hearts, is one of them. People say that it now is sleeping deep in the forest. Do you understand the legend? Sure. Anyway, look for the elder. There must be someone in the village who knows where he is. You take care now, Morri. Also, the don't tell anyone. You wonder who drew that. Bowser worrying about his image. Bowser always worries about his image. I mean, that's why he's got statues of himself all over the place. Hello, nerd. Yo, Morri. This house used to be a hideout for a gang of thieves. What was your leader's name? Well, yeah, his name was Blind, and he hated bright light a lot. Cool. That will never be relevant again. Boy, I still don't have bombs. It's kind of a drag. Your problem when you were playing text-based games in your youth wasn't that you had trouble reading the text, but rather you didn't bother paying attention because you wanted to get back to playing the game as fast as possible. I remember I think I used to have that problem too. Or like I wouldn't absorb any of it, or I would forget. I'm a little better about it now. Well, I'm a lot better. I like reading all the lore. Hello, sir. You, sir, have you been going through life without one of my hold anything bottles? Well, step right up and make your life complete. I've got one on sale now for the low price of 100 rupees. What do you say? Interested? Sure, I'll take it. Goodbye. Thanks a lot. Now hold it above your head for the whole world to see, okay? It's good for business. And then he pushes it out of my hand. No refunds. This is a magic bottle. You can store an item inside and then use it later. Cool. Thanks. Bye. Legends say they mostly hid things in grass. Oh, the peakery, huh? Peakery? Where you going? Oh, Morri. The rumors say you kidnapped the princess, but I still trust you. Thanks, person. What is that their hair or a bonnet? They look very skull-faced. Hi, Morri. Elder, are you talking about the grandpa? Okay, don't tell any of the bad people about this. He's hiding in the palace past the castle. I will mark the spot on your map. Here you go. I haven't even, there was originally graffiti here in Kakariko Village. I mean, I don't even have to talk to all these people. But for exposition's sake. May I help you? Oh, I don't even have for bombs. I love the little unscrupulous shopkeeper butt waggle they do in this game. Mario RPG did such great writing for Bowser. Like him being so vain about the statues, the clown copter, and how in Super Mario World he has his name in bright lights right outside his castle. He is a reptile of class and distinction. 3D World with the Bowser theme park, man, that was so good. I love Bowser's, his theme. In that game, the swagger, off the charts. Dun 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 dun. Hi, kid.
I can't go out because I'm sick. People say I caught this cold from the evil air that is coming down off the mountain. This is my bug catching net. I'll use it when I'm better, but for now, I'll lend it to you.
Sweet. Hope you didn't get your germs on it. I borrowed the bug catching net. There may be some other things I can catch with it, too.
I hope I get well soon.
Hey, don't get your germs on me, kid. Gross. There he is. Trying to imagine playing the Metroid Prime games as a kid, and it breaks your heart to think what it would be like not scanning everything. You gotta get the lore. And I gotta get money so I can get some bombs. Hello, Mustache Man. Hi, Morri. Sorry about my yard. It's a little overgrown. Thanks for visiting. I'm glad to have company to talk to. I will tell you an interesting story. There is a lake swimming with Zoras at the source of the river, but it is hard to find. The treasure of Zora can turn people into fish. I love to see that. I used to take that literally. I remember in the manual for this game it talks about if you find King Zora, he can... Rumors say he can turn you into a fish, and I took that literally, and I was afraid, oh no, he's gonna turn me into a fish. What then? No, it's not literally. I need to have Link and Zelda in the Nintendo theme park. They do. Oh, I could have caught that with my net. Oh, no, no. Sadly, I can't catch this soldier with my net. What am I doing cutting grass, trying to get money? Okay, I got enough for bombs now. Why? Were you also cutting money for chump or cutting grass for chump change? Yeah, it's Nintendo World, not Mario World. I mean, at least we have something, right?
My son, he liked to play the flute, but he went to look for golden power and has not returned. I wonder where he is and what he's doing now.
Alright, cool. You're just sleeping in the middle of this bar, huh? Whoa, I saw her! A very nice young lady at the waterfall of Wishing in the hills where the river begins. Morri, you should meet her at least once. I'm sure you will like her. This is the closest we're gonna get to acknowledging drinking in this game. Yeah, what a coherent thing to say in your sleep. Cutting money for chump grass. I mean, if you shredded, American dollar bills, or green, you could make grass out of it. Woohoo. Cool. Personally, you've always thought the exact opposite of Bowser. Sure, he acts all high and mighty, but that could be a way for him to overcompensate for low self-esteem. Oh no! Awkward teenage Bowser, no self-esteem. Hello, lady. Hi. Hey, here is Morri, the wanted girl! Soldiers! Anyone, come quickly! What? You snitched on me. Hey, lady. I wish I could rip her mailbox out of the ground. I used to find this so terrifying when I was little. It's because the music changed, and I would always go out of my way to avoid that house. Yeah, the music startled you. The biggest villain of Zelda. The lady that rats you out, or the soldier she sends after you? Oops, no. If I could scroll through my items competently, that would be cool. Oh, there were bombs in here. In my defense, because I've played so much rando, I forgot there were bombs in there. I'm used to having to buy bombs early on because you can't find bombs anywhere. That's right, snitching on Morri gets you stitches. Well, somebody will inflict the stitches, not me. I'm too nice. Can't even rip out her mailbox. Okay. And then let's go to the back of Blind's house. I guess it's not really a hut. Kind of looks like a prison already. I hope everybody is doing well today. Only Tuesday, alas. I was really fatigued over the weekend. I'm gonna partially blame it was really smoky here because of all the wildfires in BC. Sunday in particular, there was a thick haze over everything that looked like Silent Hill style fog, but it was smoke. I couldn't go for my weekend walk, not on Sunday morning. And Saturday I tried to go for a walk, but I could only do 10 minutes because my eyes were burning, and it traps the heat too. It was not a pleasant sensation. You slept really late today because you were so tired, and it was finally your first day off for your weekend. Oh no. I felt like that on a lot of Saturdays, honestly. Like, just sleeping too much, and then I regret it. Can I say I really like the music in Kakariko Village? I don't like Ocarina of Time's version of it as much. It's missing some depth. Yeah, Morri, now I'm quarreling with my younger brother. I sealed the door to his room. That's kind of extreme. Okay. So the doorway is open again. Okay, maybe I should make up with my brother. Well, he's probably gonna get mad again because now there's a hole in this wall. Hey, Morri, did you come from my older brother's room? Was he still angry? They bricked over the door. Now that's sibling rivalry. If you can reach the goal within 15 seconds, we will give you something good. Ready, set, go! It's probably just a wedgie or something. A box of tissues. Go. My try was 10 seconds. Too slow. You qualified. Congratulations. I present you with a piece of heart. Yay. Cask of Amontillado your sibling. And thankfully, my brother and I get on fairly well. We're 5 years apart. I'm the eldest one, even though I don't look it, because he's like a foot taller than me. But I am grateful for the fact that we generally chilled pretty well. We've always playing games together. And our tastes differ in games in some ways. Like, he plays more online stuff. He likes some FPS titles, and I can't get into them. But, and generally, like, we'd play a lot of Mario Kart, Mario Party, etc. That's one way to teach your sibling not to take the last Hot Pocket. Were you here, when, I was talking about how whenever people talked about Hot Pockets, I always had this particular image in my head of what a Hot Pocket was. And I realized that what are Hot Pockets in the States are not the same as, or not what I was thinking of. I was thinking of Pizza Pops, which apparently aren't a thing in the States. They're like little calzones, and I tried to pull up an image, but OBS didn't want to let me display it. I mean, I could just not talk to Sahasrara here, Sarsaparilla, but... I am indeed Sahasrara, the village elder and a descendant of the 7 wise men. Oh, really? Morri, I am surprised a young lady like you is searching for the sword of evil's bane. Not just anyone can use that weapon. Legends say only the hero who has won the 3 pendants can wield the sword. Do you really want to find it? Of course I do. Good. As a test, can you retrieve the Pendant of Courage from the East Palace? If you bring it here, I will tell you more of the legend and give you a magical artifact. Now go forward to the palace. Pizza rolls are definitely a thing. They're not pizza rolls though, they're pizza pops. Hello, Theta. Welcome. I was gonna say there's not really any items for me to hoard here, but I guess I could not use potions when I pick them up, which is definitely a possibility. Was it this stream you learned about pizza pops? I'm gonna say yes. Probably was. Come here for more useless Canadian culture, I guess. I can't think of any other useless Canadian bits of trivia to share right now, but they're there. Okay, no, I need to go forward. I'm thinking about, the Palace of Darkness. Or you need to go left first. But this is not the Palace of Darkness. This is the Eastern Palace. Totally different. Whoosh. Marble it up. I could clearly hoard bombs, arrows, bottle items, and rupees. Well, I did buy bombs unnecessarily. Because I forgot there was a chest of them. In the well in Kakariko. Because I've played too much rando and I'm used to having to buy bombs. She can't find any. No pennies in Canada, that's right. We got rid of the pennies some years ago. I still have some American pennies in my wallet though, which, can I say, why? Actually, no, do I want to go this way? Yes. Are ketchup chips really not a thing in the States? I mean, I've heard that before, but it just still sounds bizarre to me that you don't have ketchup chips. I missed. Dang. If I was really cool, I could have blown up at least one of these Stalfos before they spawned, but I didn't. Oh, you've been leveling Blue Mage. How's that been going? There are ketchup chips? Okay. The compass. Ugh. Useless. Do I know how much you love ketchup? I don't, but now I do. Morri, it is I, Sahasrara. I can talk to you telepathically when you touch these tiles. Here is a hint. You can use the treasure hidden in this palace to defeat armored foes. Very useful. I don't know if I'll be reading any more of those. I mean, they're not really that engaging. They're not as popular, but you have them in the Northeast. But yeah, if you're next to Canada, that might be why. Bagged milk, craft dinner, Bob and Doug McKenzie, all good choices. Do you... like, you still have craft dinner, but it's marketed as KD down there, right? I know, when I was in the States, I found there's so we have a brand of margarine here called Becel. And in the States, I found a brand of margarine called Promise. And it was the same logo design, the same font, the same packaging. It was just a different name. So I wonder if it's the same company, but they have a different name for some other reason. I also recall learning a while ago there's a brand of beer called, it's called Belgian Moon, but in the States it's called Blue Moon. And apparently I looked it up, and the name here is Belgian Moon because they didn't want it to get mixed up with, I think, the beer Labatt Blue, which I'm not even sure is a Canadian brand blend. Ow. I mean, speedrunners just damage boost through that wall of anti-fairies, but I didn't feel about it. You drink Blue Moon often. It's good. I like the hint of citrus it's got. It's good summer beer. Oh, it's called Kraft Mac and Cheese there. Okay, it's marketed as Kraft Mac and Cheese. Okay, it's here. It's called KD. I saw packages in the grocery store earlier today of, like, Kraft. I didn't look too closely at them, but something about, like, KD Flavor Booster. Which I'm assuming they're, like, little packets of flavored seasoning that you can, I guess, add to sauces. I didn't look too closely. Seemed like it might be cursed. This is how I instinctually want to spell fairy because of this game. Never heard of that kind of margarine, only you can't believe it's not butter. Do we even get we can't believe it's not butter here? I don't know. No. Well, I killed the one with the key. That's all I need. Blue Moon / Belgian Moon is made by Molson Coors. Yes, Molson Canadian beer. I tried some once, and it's very much the kind of thing you would drink while wanting to get soused at a hockey game. Like, low ABV, very, very mild. Excuse me, excuse me. Whoop. Out of the Toho room. There's a weird thing like that within the US. On one side of the Rockies, the mayonnaise brand is Hellmann's, but on the other, it's called Best Foods. It's weird. Here it's Hellmann's, I believe. Not that I buy mayonnaise. The grocery store I've also noticed sells bottles of the Japanese Kewpie mayonnaise, which apparently tastes better. Nope, 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 screwed that up. But, I mean, it's really expensive, and I don't use mayonnaise anyway. I feel like it would be lost on me. Exxon is Esso, really? So they're the same company, the oil company, but... I was gonna try and do something cool, but it didn't work. Good. Good. My dad used to beat this guy by standing in the corner and slashing his sword wildly, because if you slash the sword fast enough, it can't crush you. And I used to emulate my dad when I was really little, because I would watch him play this game. And then I realized I had the epiphany, why don't I just keep using the bow on it? I think my dad slashed the sword because the guy was moving too fast for him. The Armos Knight, I should say, was moving too fast for him to shoot the arrow at. I won the Pendant of Courage. Take it to Sarsaparilla. 2 pendants remain. Whoosh. Mayonnaise can never be best food. Do we have some, conflicting mayo opinions in the chat? I know mayo, I don't know if I'd say it's a love it or hate it food, but some people, you know, are okay with it. Some people really do not like mayo. I'm not a fan. I mean, if it gets put on something, I'll live, but I'd prefer not to have it. You want to try Kewpie, but you don't really like the mayonnaise. Give me my thing. Oh, you got the Pendant of Courage! Now I will tell you more of the legend. 3 or 4 generations ago, an order of knights protected the royalty of the Hylia. These knights of Hyrule were also guardians of the Pendant of Courage. Unfortunately, most of them were destroyed in the great war against evil that took place when the 7 wise men created their seal. Among the descendants of the Knights of Hyrule, a hero must appear. I see. Morri, I believe you. You should get the remaining pendants and carry this with you. This is a treasure passed down by the families of the wise men. I want you to have it. Oh boy. I got the Pegasus shoes. Now I can execute a devastating dash attack. Hopefully they come in size 8 wide, because I have wide feet. A helpful item is hidden in the cave on the east side of Lake Hylia. Get it! If it's on something, you'll still eat it, but you won't actively request it. How do you folks take your burg? Doesn't matter if you get beef or veggie or turkey or whatever, but if you're gonna get a burg from somewhere, what toppings do you like on it? I'll go for everything if they offer the works at a place. The only thing I don't really like on a burg is raw white onions. I'm fine with red onions, but I find raw white onions just have an unpleasant, acrid taste that I'm not a fan of. Dislike burg, that is fair. Burgs are very heavy, so not my preference. A burg with mayo and barbecue sauce. Ketchup, pickles, lettuce, cheese. I find I don't like not just burg, but sandwiches. I don't like sauce on them. I don't mind ketchup and mustard on a burg though. Like they're not oily like a lot of sauces are. I find ketchup is good for sort of cutting through the richness of the burg. Ow. What am I doing? I have the Pegasus shoes. You can't wear certain brands of shoes like Nike because they're too narrow for your feet. Wide Feet Club, rise up. Fried onions on your burger, that would be good. I actually really like caramelized onions on stuff, but, I mean, onions take a long time to caramelize. Grilled onions, but not raw onions on a burger. Fried egg, a delicious addition. Interesting. My dad said he once had a burger with spinach and peanut butter, which sounds like it would be actually a really good combination. I know spinach pairs well with nutty flavors. I found the Book of Medora. I can use it to read the ancient language of the Hylia. Not going to take out any of these other books, though. Yeah, spinach and peanut butter, I know, sounds odd, but I could imagine it working. There's, this Japanese, I guess you could say salad. No, I don't need to go this way. I need to go this way. That my dad and I like, called, gomae, which is, it's like a chilled spinach with a sort of sesame paste. Really good. I haven't had it in a long time, but it's delicious. It's a mental hang-up about pickles. You think it's because they have a lot of sodium. Okay, I'm not gonna bother fighting this guy. And that scares you since you read it. What am I doing? It's like I'm looking at the chat mostly and seeing the game out of the corner of my eye. And then realizing, oh, wait a minute. I don't have the power glove. I have to go around. You love salty food. I know the rest of my family likes quite a bit of salt in their food, but I tend to underseason. Well, I try not to anymore. I used to be overly cautious about oversalting food. Now I'm a little more adventurous about it. This is just bombs, I'm like 90% sure. Yeah. On the topic of food toppings that don't sound good on paper but are good, you used to order a pear and gorgonzola pizza from a certain restaurant often. I could see that being good. Like I think pear and like a really strong cheese go well together normally. So yeah, no, I could definitely see that working. You always put too little salt in everything you cook because your mother put too much in everything. This poor fish. Can I put it back? Nope. This is completely pointless, but I feel really bad for this fish. If I throw it in the water. Be free. Take some rupees, but don't tell anyone I gave them to you. Keep it between us, okay? Thanks, fish! Wouldn't it be funny if that red rupee just fell in the water? Do I know what Shock Strike looks like? No, I haven't seen a lot of... I've seen some Blue Mage spells in action, but I couldn't put names to them. The one I saw a lot during the Yokai Watch event was, the one that just freezes everything in a target area. Eh? Pay no attention to the average middle-aged man standing by this sign. Leave him alone! Oh. Why did you take my sign? It's as plain as day to just leave me alone. Sheesh. Oh, I have a second party member now. It's like Mario. Oh, goodbye, Mario. Bored. 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 Oh, that's what Shock Strike is, okay. Ram's voice and Dragon's Breath. I remember every time I run that dungeon, I always go over with other people. Okay, so one of these, what is it? Ram's voice, run away, Dragon's Breath, approach. It was one of them, and then people always get it mixed up. But I don't mind, it's just funny as the healer. Aha! It is the Book of Medora. With it you can read the language of the Hylia people. That's it, huh? I guess he gives you exposition. I think he's Sahasrarla's brother. Maybe? I don't remember. I guess he tells you about the Book of Medora, but who cares about doing stuff in order? You didn't know you could save the fish and get rewarded for it? Yeah, surprise! Sometimes it pays to feel guilty about I was gonna say enemies in games, about helpless creatures in games. Sadly, feeling guilty does not make me any better at Pikmin. Not that I've played a lot of Pikmin. I'm sure I'd be fine at it if I really put my heart into it, but it makes me feel so bad. To open the way to go forward, make your wish here, and it will be granted. And that's like the best thing you could wish for, huh? Something else you recently learned was using powder on the enemies. Yeah, which I'll have to do once I get some powder. Do you mind? This bird is the master of I'm not touching you, which my brother would do sometimes, and it would drive me crazy. Levers. Levers. Beamos. Beamos used to stress me out really bad when I was little. They're still a little stressful. Ow. It's interesting looking at them now because, like in Ocarina of Time, you can kill Beamos, which I remember thinking, wow, what do you mean you can kill Beamos? They're just these implacable enemies, like undefeatable enemies that harass you no matter what for eternity. Morri, it is I, Sahasrara. You must never fail to find all the treasures in each dungeon. Let's not. Let's see if we did. Here's what you do with Pikmin. Hit the reset button like a billion times and so you don't lose any. That's what you always did. Actually, I don't think I need to be in here. I'm pretty sure this is just, like, the map. But I'm gonna get it anyway. Do you mind? Yeah. Just the map. How do you feel about Pikmin 2? Or, I don't know if you've played Pikmin 3. But how do you feel about those ones? If you've played them. I did appreciate Pikmin 2's more lenient time limit. I still worry too much about, like, oh my gosh, the day is half over. I'm about to run out of time, but that's just me. Ow. If I could, like, not get shot by every Beamos, that would be radical. Nope. Phew. Does anyone else remember the episode of Jeopardy where for Final Jeopardy, the clue was this game franchise has Link and Ganon, and everyone wrote Zelda, and they were all wrong because the correct answer is The Legend of Zelda? Come on, I think it's close enough. Close enough. Mere technicality. Why? Very good at getting shot by lasers. Pikmin 2 is better when you do a no-death run because the game saves after every cave floor. I know I've seen speedruns of Pikmin 2 where, like, they're segmented and they segment after every floor, which is good because, ow, some of those levels, trying to do them all, like, with no Pikmin deaths would be stressful. Anyway, I got the power glove. I'm strong now. That reminds me, weirdly enough, of, I remember my mom watching, I think it was... Yeah, it was Hollywood Squares. And I don't watch TV myself, but I'd see a lot in the background because my mom would be watching stuff. And one of the questions was, like, who was the character that you played as in the Donkey Kong arcade game in, 1984 or whatever. And I was like, oh, everybody's gonna think it's Mario, but it's actually Jumpman, because he was called Jumpman at the time. But no, the answer was Mario, and I remember being incensed, like, what? No, it's not Mario, it's Jumpman! And my mom didn't understand why I was so up in arms about it. That's where you learned about the saving too, the segmented speedruns, good stuff. I used to spend a lot of time watching stuff on Speed Demos Archive. I learned a lot of cool techniques for games just watching them played at that level. I also learned that a viable technique in a lot of games is just to run past everything. Because if you're fast enough past enemies, they don't really know what to do with you. Like the tiles. Nope. What are these bean bags called? Popos. I think they're called popos. I love old school enemy names. I don't know, they're so silly. There's something I find very charming about them. It's coming through. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. $5, excuse me. You remember the jump rope people in Odyssey saying, "Jump, man!" Hello. Maybe I should get out the bow. No. There we go. Now we set some stuff on fire. 1, 2, 3, 4. Having to download like 40 different videos, it blew your mind when they embedded videos on SDA. Me too! I used to have a lot of my favorite speedruns downloaded. I remember I had Mario RPG and Donkey Kong Country 2. Something about just the sounds of Mario RPG I found very comforting. Eh. What are these guys called? I'm trying to think of their name. It's bugging me now. I'm blanking on it. No. This isn't Tri-Molds. That's, Majora's Mask. Landmola, that's it. Man, these graphics, they undulate in the air. State of the art, man. Moltres. My favorite Zelda boss is Zapdos, come on. Cool. Yay. In this game, you have to pick up the heart containers after defeating bosses, but I know in Ocarina of Time Onward, they made it optional. Has anyone here tried to do like a 3-heart run of a later Zelda game? I won the Pendant of Power! My goal of finding 3 pendants is in sight. Go for the last one! Mole must mean something in Japanese because all the worm bosses have that in their name. I don't know, but I feel like it might just be like a naming convention in Zelda, like how skeleton enemies have Stall in front of them, like Stallfos or Stallchild. Why am I blanking on them? But yeah, like Moldorm, Mulgera, that thing. Landmola. Can I just say, preemptively, Moldorm sucks. Except the version of Moldorm in Triforce Heroes. That was a fun fight. But every other version of Moldorm sucks. I should go... I'm down here. I should go, oops, not here. This way. Moblins and... Is it Bokoblins or Bokoblins? Bokoblins? It's hard sometimes when there's no voice acting. You don't know where to put the emphasis on something. However I say it, it's probably wrong. I remember in, school, when Ocarina of Time came out, there was a debate going on about how to say Deku. I think a lot of people were like, it's Deku. Pretty sure Deku is how it is, but there was a lot of Deku. I don't remember how I said it back in the day. I know I did read Saria as Soraya, though. Whenever there's an I in a name, I'm good at jumbling around the letters. Hello, sir. Take some rupees, but don't tell anyone I gave them to you. Keep it between us, okay? Wink. Well, thank you for your donation. Thank you for your, subscription. Oh, yes, money. Yeah, Deku. But there was a lot of Deku back in elementary school. Deku, yeah, there was Deku, too. Oh, excuse me. You beat Paper Mario Sticker Star with 20 HP. Holy smokes, Spooter. And that one doesn't have super guarding either, like Thousand Year Door does. How did you do that? Pig-headed determination? Granted, I don't remember how much you can block in that game with items, but I'd say that's pretty good. What am I doing? Not the lamp. These crabs are deadly in rando early on because I think they do like 2 hearts of damage, and you tend to go here pretty early to get the item in this cave. So if you only have like 3 hearts, those crabs are a bad time. Anyway, I found the ice rod. Its chill magic blasts the air, but watch your magic meter. For the longest time, he thought Saria's name was Sarah. He used to say Saraya or Saria. And you'll have to write that out phonetically. Inspired by a stream, he tried doing a 3-heart Iron Boots run in Twilight Princess. Dear God. And Dora, you're a brave soul. So operative word being tried. Did you finish it? Can you move, please? Saraya? I think it is. No, it's, yeah. That's how I used to say it. Saraya. Because I just jumbled the letters out in her name, I guess. Instead of Saria. Is it ocarina or ocarina? Well, I don't know how the word itself is supposed to be said. In the Japanese title, it's ocarina with an O sound, but I always read it as a ocarina. You used to say Saria, like Maria, but with an S. Fancy! I feel like I need to be able to roll my R's for that. Whoa. The only real challenges were the Big Blooper and Bowser. As long as you have all the thing stickers, you can beat them with little trouble. That was one of the things, pun not intended, about Sticker Star that sort of stuck in my craw, so to speak, was the bosses sort of requiring certain things to make them bearable. Well, let me turn this Kinoko in to the witch first.
The smell of rotten fruits. If you give me that mushroom, I can finish my brew.
Here you go.
Thank you, young man. Come back to the shop later for something good.
Is it ready now? No. Red is the medicine of life. Green is the medicine of magic. Blue renews both life and magic. Here, taste a sample of the red potion. Heh heh. Ominous. You always said ocarina? Doc ocarina? Is the pronunciation, but you always say ocarina? You meant cheap and not blooper. The blooper boss was actually cool. I lucked out when I fought that one my first time, and I correctly guessed what thing you were supposed to use immediately. So I just had fun with that boss instead of suffering. I don't want to say this kind of looks like Joe, but it kind of does. I deserve that. I deserve that. Looks like it has a ginger beard. Might have danced a bit while fighting the blooper, though. Oh, yeah, you gotta. Apple. Gimme. The blooper was cool. I like it when anything has a rhythmic component to it. Just makes me happy. The first boss, and this is all on me for being a ding-dong. Oh, it's just a fairy. That's right. I'm good, ma'am. Thank you. The first boss, this giant pokey, I did not realize you had to use a specific thing in the fight. So I did like half of the fight, and then I'm like, I'm gonna run out of stickers before I can beat this thing. So I reloaded, and I fought it more efficiently, and so it had 300 health, and I killed it basically through scratch damage. And then Kirsty, your companion afterward, is like, good job, Mario, but don't you think there was a faster way you could have done it? And then I realize, oh, I was supposed to use this thing that is a baseball bat, or I believe you can also use a rolled up newspaper thing, but I didn't, and I can't really blame the game for not communicating it well, because it does take place in a giant baseball stadium, albeit an abstract ancient Egyptian themed baseball stadium, but it didn't click. Oh, the Twilight Princess run. You got a heart piece accidentally and hadn't saved in a while, and you didn't feel like replaying everything you did. The end. Oh. Maybe it was for the best, because that sounded like a slog. Like, literally. But I am impressed at your gumption. I don't know who you are, but if you're going to go up to the mountain, will you take me with you? I lost my lamp, so... Oh, you just been sitting here in the dark, old man? I once saw a rando race. Watch your step. There are holes in the ground. Could you turn right here? Young lady, are you also going to the mountain to look for the golden power? Just ahead is a mountain full of monsters. Many people have vanished in this mountain while looking for the golden power. I don't want to steer you wrong, so please don't get too involved in such a mad quest. But you steered yourself wrong, old man. But trying to talk. Turn right here. You know, I have a granddaughter who is your age. The king took her to the castle and she never returned. Kidnapping those maidens must be part of the wizard's plot. I'm sure he's trying to somehow use the power of the descendants of the wise men. Excuse me. Don't remind you of that pokey from hell. If the Cheep explodes, you're done for. I can't remember the Cheep fight. Like, it just gets bigger, right? I think? Is that the one you fish up? The missing maidens are still alive somewhere. I believe that a hero will rescue them. I wait for that day. These are dangerous times. I talk too much. Anyway, thank you for your kindness to an old man like me. I wanted to give you this. If you wander into a magical transport or gaze into this mirror... That's very specific, but thank you. He gave you the magic mirror. This mirror is blue, clear, and beautiful. You feel like it's going to absorb you into another world. Ugh, isekai, get out of here. It was a slog playing it, but you had such good memories watching the stream and you wanted to replicate it. I respect that. I think it's really cool that you tried, and I'm impressed that you did. Even if you weren't able to finish the run, that is no small feat. Okay, I once saw a rando race where it was Enemizer, where enemies were switched around randomly, like all the overworld enemies. So you could find a bunch of Lionels everywhere if you're unlucky. And someone got trapped in that cave because they tried to go through it blindly without the lamp. And whatever was in the cave would just kill them. Like, it might have been a Lionel or something, but it was killing them really rapidly, and they eventually had to forfeit because they couldn't get out of the cave.
Oh? Who are you, Miss Bunny? This world is like the real world, but evil has twisted it. The golden power is what changed your shape to reflect what is in your heart and mind. I am always changing my mind, so I turn into a ball. But if you have a ball called the Moon Pearl, you can keep your original shape here. How do you know I'm not like this normally? Rude.
What do you want? Do you have something to say to me, silly rabbit? I came here to get the power of gold, but now I'm a freak and I can't go back to the real world. If only I had the Moon Pearl from the Tower of Hera, I could go back to my original shape. I've got good reason to be stressed out, so back off. Shoo, shoo!
In the randomized version of this game, they got rid of all dialogue except the pink ball, because the pink ball talks to you on contact, and if you bump into the pink ball, you get a really long wall of text. At the start of the fight, it says play ball. Oh man, now I feel like an even bigger dope. That is on me. Stop that. Yeah, I felt really bad for the player in that random race. I mean, it was funny, but, well, they knew the risks when you try and brute force your way through a cave in the dark while playing Enemizer. You're rolling the dice. So these crystal switches, I always parse them as like bald men. Like the sleepy guy in the bar, I always kind of thought the crystal switches were based on him. Out of the way. You remember going through Bowser Jr.'s ship a second time to get Tails for Bowser. That sounds funny out of context. Like, I know what you mean by Tails. It just sounds funny. This room used to give me so much trouble when I was little. Stupid spinning tiles. Why are these even here? It's a waste of perfectly good linoleum, or whatever this material is. I mean, I could just hang out here in my cheap corner and not have to do anything, but... Poke. To get Miles' Tails Prower for Bowser. I almost streamed Sonic Adventure tonight, actually. That was one of the games I was debating. But then I thought, well, I want to do something a little shorter first, because Sonic Adventure will take several streams. I mean, I'm still going to do Sonic Adventure. Brace yourselves. The real appeal is that if I do Sonic Adventure, then I can do Sonic Adventure 2 at some point. And don't get me wrong, I like Sonic Adventure, but it has its problems, and I think part of the fun of streaming it would just to see, like, how many ways will it like, say, cause me to die in a stupid and arbitrary way because Sonic glitches off the stage or something. You can use the mirror to go back to the start of the dungeon, you learn something new? Yeah! These guys. These fellas. These are called, hard hat beetles, but I have always called them bumper crabs, because I guess they remind me of crabs, and if you hit them with your sword, you bump off of them, so they're bumper crabs. I wish somehow I could convince, like, the Zelda community at large to call them bumper crabs, but I suppose I would have to be involved in the Zelda community at large. You always called them squids, also valid. They have a very squiddy look about them. Bumper squids. You do like both Sonic Adventure games a lot. I think I have more fondness for Sonic Adventure 2, not just because I think it's a better crafted game, but it's also the one I played first. I think this is just like the compass. Yeah. I don't need that. I'll take it for my collection. Put it on my wall, resell it. If I walk into that, it will hurt. Sonic Adventure 2 is your preference, but you like both. You prefer Sonic Adventure much more. Which one did you play oh, what am I doing? I need to hit a switch so I can fall down and get the Moon Pearl. Which one did you play first, Theta? Did you have a Dreamcast? I've heard the original release of Sonic Adventure is better in some ways, like the GameCube port and then the other ports in the future based on it. Okay, this crab is gonna kill me. I don't want to worry about it right now. Have some problems. You personally find Sonic Adventure to be the more polished adventure game. The Moon Coil. I guess I could restore. I can fall in a hole and get some fairies. A fairy. So you don't have to listen to the beat. But then there's also hearts up here. I can just get those. You played DX and 2 around the same time, but it was probably... Hang on. Is there a switch in this room? I thought there was. Do I have to go downstairs for it? Sorry you have to hear this infernal beeping. You know, let's just... The Dreamcast version of Sonic Adventure 1 had more appealing character models from what you've seen. Yeah, the DX version, they're very shiny. I gotta go down 2 floors. Who has time for that? Hello, ladies. There we go. Sega Genesis does what Nintendo don't. I don't think I could do a Sonic impression. You like the shiny models? I think they're not bad. What I kind of wish they'd fit... Well, you know what? No, I'm kind of glad they didn't. Was, Sonic's, talking animation, you know, just how distorted his face gets when he talks. I hate Moldorm. I hate Moldorm. Please. 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 Almost. Almost. A worm. A worm. Ugh. Woof. Were you all expecting me to fall? Please. I know what I'm doing. You won the Pendant of Wisdom. With this, you have collected all 3 pendants. Go now to the Lost Woods to get the Master Sword. I remember hearing someone somewhere had left like an angry review of this game, saying like, I don't know what all the hype is. It's way too short. I mean, I haven't beat it yet, but I just got the Master Sword, so I'm about to go beat Ganon and beat the game. And like, oh, really? Cursed Burger Worm. I really like Burger Moldorm. I think Burger Dorm, Molburger is funny. But yeah, and for those unaware, Moldorm makes an appearance in A Link Between Worlds, as well as Triforce Heroes, and Link's Awakening in the well, it's in the original Link's Awakening too, but in the remake of it, and in those games, Moldorm kind of looks like a burger. You'd have to see it, I suppose, if you've not seen it before, but it looks like a sesame seed bun with lettuce sticking out of the side. Why am I going up here? I can't get the stuff on the other side of Death Mountain. Just have to go down. Dang, I want to play Triforce Heroes again. I know I've told some of you, I don't know if I've mentioned on stream, the story of Terminator 2 Link, where me and a pal of mine were playing Triforce Heroes together, and so we had a random person that we found online as the Red Link, as player 3. And they were a cool partner to have in there. They were good to work with. We did a few stages with them, and then abruptly we started one of the lava world stages. And you start the stage surrounded on all sides but one by lava. And this Link, immediately upon the stage starting, dashed to the right, went into the lava, mashed the thumbs up emote, and then disconnected. What a legend. So, that's Terminator 2 Link. Is Triforce Heroes any good? You have a friend who's a huge Zelda fan, but he really dislikes that one. If you're looking for a more traditional Zelda experience, I'd say I have fun if you have friends to play with. I think, and I don't know if you'd find anybody to play online with you now randomly. The hero's triumph on Cataclysm's eve wins 3 symbols of virtue. The Master Sword he will then retrieve, keeping the knight's line true. Who's this he? If you have friends with, yeah. Yoink. Oh yeah, say goodbye to that really good Lost Woods music. Suddenly, Sahasrara contacts you telepathically. Get out of my head. Morri, it is extraordinary that you won the Master Sword that makes evil retreats. With this shining sword, I believe you can deflect the wizard's evil powers. The destiny of this land is in your hands. Please, Morri. Alright. Rip Lost Woods music, and also rip Kakariko Village music, for some reason, which made me really sad. Morri, help! The soldiers are coming to Sanctuary! I.e. You don't want to hear me screech. I don't want to hear me screech. You know what you want to hear me do is screech. 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 Anyone who wasn't here for Chicory, I'm sure is very confused. You also don't get to hear the first Dark World music anymore. That's such a great theme you barely hear, right? Oh yeah, I never showed these off. This is it! The Master Sword! No, this can't be it. Too bad. I don't know why there are all these fake swords everywhere. Real fake swords. But there they are. But yeah, that's a really good Dark World theme. I'm trying to think if there's like any other place you might hear it in this game, but no, I don't think so. What a shame. But that's okay, because then we'll get the actual Dark World music, which I think is pretty righteous. Still holds up well. I mean, a lot of this game holds up really well. I love getting just to charge through people and shred them. Oh, well, I don't get to shred the blue ones. Never mind. I rescind my eventually. I remember for years I thought Octoroks were crabs. They just look like crabs. So imagine my surprise to see that, well, I think even I didn't realize for a while when I played Ocarina of Time that the purple octopi were supposed to be those fellows. Just, you know, 3D. You heard someone talking spider, what's going on? I don't even remember why I was going scree. But... Scree! Scree! I don't know if I can mimic it, but I listened to the recording and yeah, that spider does sound like me a little bit, doesn't it? If you don't get the Moon Pearl before this next boss, you get to hear that first Dark World music the entire time you explore. You know, I've never done that. I keep telling myself I should try skipping the Moon Pearl at some point just to see like what happens. I mean, presumably they send you back for it, but ow. My sword beams! Jeez. Oh well, I guess that was kind of slick. A truly lovely song. Oh, at first I thought you meant Scree, and then I thought, oh, you probably mean the Dark World music, and then I thought, no, you mean Scree. You mean Wisteria's song. Why am I fighting this guy? I don't have to. I am very aggressive, though, it's true. I think I need to go down. Why do these bats have one eye? It looks uncomfortable. Just all the dust you get in there. No, where... Key. Key. You're not a key. They're out. You do mean Scree. Okay, good. Who doesn't love Scree? That's right. Ow. You hate it by virtue of it being spiders, you hate to say it. That's fair. I don't know if Wisteria is a spider, though. She only had 6 limbs. Of course, by that logic, I don't know what she is. Who is saying they didn't like it, that I didn't like torches in Beneath Hyrule Castle? Was it you, Joe? This is for you. So bright. Clumsy. You know what? That was worth it, so we got to see that. Ow. Stop, stop, stop. Leave me alone. There we go. Did y'all know there are bats who can adjust the frequencies of their echolocation depending on their flying speeds, so when it hits their ears, it's the right pitch? And scientists learned this by putting bats on a swing. Oh my goodness. Batamari on the swing. Sorry, that's the best I got. But when the bats were going backwards, they didn't adjust because bats don't fly backwards. They didn't know what to do. That's cool. I love the interesting things that scientists do in hopes of learning about animal behaviors. Like, I read a while ago that ants, I'm not sure if it's like a specific type of ant or if it's something that all or most ants do, but when ants die, they emit the chemical oleic acid, which gives them a particular scent. And when ants smell that on another ant, they move the dead body to, I guess you could say it's a funeral mound, but it's where they put their dead bodies. And scientists found that if they sprayed a living ant with oleic acid, they would willingly let themselves be carted off to the body pile, for lack of a better word, and would stay there until the smell wore off. And they're like, wait a minute, I'm not dead? Whoa, did you see that guy? He fell through the floor. You're imagining scientists pushing bats on swings like parents do for little kids at the park. The tiniest wee.
Ah, Morri, I have been waiting for you. I was hoping I could make Zelda vanish in front of your eyes. Behold, the last moment of Princess Zelda.
If you have photosensitive epilepsy, look away for a sec. This flashes a bit. Just going up, going up, going up. Okay, flashing over. We're good.
Oh, with this, the seal of the 7 wise men is at last broken. It is now only a matter of time before evil power covers this land. After all, the legendary hero cannot defeat us, the tribe of evil, when we are armed with the power of gold. Now I must go.
As I stand there and let it happen. I mean, he prepared this for me. He painstakingly waited for me to show up. He was probably standing there for a good couple hours at least, waiting for me to show up. The least I could do would be to pay attention.
Oh, so? You mean to say you would like to be totally destroyed? Well, I can make your wish come true!
Bowser Ganon. Ah, yes, thank you for carrying me to the graveyard since I am dead. Come on, man. There we go. Zap. I like the percussion in this song, the snare drums. The rolls are cool. Whenever something happens in Final Fantasy XIV, you just let it happen. You say, damn it, cutscene's my weakness. The fact that you're like the Warrior of Light feels so incompetent in cutscenes. Particularly the ones near the end of, well, I guess the major story of A Realm Reborn. It's really funny. I won't spoil it, but there's a lot of chaos that happens that ideally I would be able to avert. Or even, let's say some death and destruction that as a white mage I should be able to avert.
Well met, like the true hero that you are. But I am not ready to admit defeat yet. I will draw you into the Dark World.
You couldn't have come up with a better name than Dark World? I mean, I guess it's better than Low Rule. Man, look at that background.
Morri, it is I, Sahasrara. I am communicating to you across the void through telepathy. The place where you now stand was the Golden Land, but evil power turned it into the Dark World. The wizard has broken the Wise Man's seal and opened a gate to link the worlds at Hyrule Castle. In order to save this half of the world, the Light World, you must win back the Golden Power. You must also rescue the 7 maidens who Aghanim sent to the Dark World. As members of the bloodline of the 7 wise men, they have power that will surely help you. The maidens are locked in hidden dungeons full of evil creatures and dangerous traps. The Palace of Darkness should be your first goal in this world. Morri, I can rely on only you. Please make this old man's wishes come true. I beg you.
I appreciate the faith in me, but also, haven't you heard, don't put all your eggs in one basket? Well met, I am excellent in tennis, so thank you. The first round ever of Dead Man's Volley in the series. How many times in the Zelda series at large have, as Dead Man's Volley been a thing? I mean, there's Ocarina of Time. Pretty sure Majora's Mask, like during the fight with Majora, right? I think. It's in Wind Waker. Some Twilight Princess. Can't remember if it's in Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks because my memory of those is a blur right now. These statues look like Yoda. Can I just say, I always parse them as Yoda. I'm gonna talk to a broccoli man. You were repeatedly saying, why are all of you doing this? I'm the Warrior of Light. This whole country will burn if you wanted it to. Broccoli man.
You're new here, aren't you? Did you come here looking for the power of gold? Well, you're too late. It will obey only the first person who touches it. The man who last claimed the power of gold wished for this world. It reflects his heart. Yes, I came here because of greed for the golden power, and look what happened to me. To restore the Golden Land, a person worthy of the golden power must defeat the man who created this place. Until that time, I am stuck in this bizarre shape. But what a mischievous thing to leave lying around. The power of gold. Triforce. Broccoli.
I guess he's more like a mini tree. But he always looked like broccoli to me. A greed tree. Ah, just hearts under these skulls. The background here, I assume you mean at the Pyramid of Power, reminds you of the backgrounds in Donkey Kong for the Game Boy, which I will play at some point because you recommended it. Money doesn't grow on trees. Like these like little pterodactyl fellows do a lot of damage. I forget exactly how many, but like 4 hearts at least, 4 or 6. Hope I'm going the right way. I think I am. Dead Man's Volley isn't Phantom Hourglass. In fact, the fight it's done is where it's officially named Dead Man's Volley. Oh, how could I forget?
I'm Kiki the monkey, Kiki! I love rupees more than anything. Can you spare me 10 rupees?
Sure, never give him anything. Sure, this won't come back to bite me.
Kiki, Kiki! Good choice. I will accompany you for a while. Kiki, Kiki!
I didn't have to break a sign to have you follow me around.
Kiki! If you give me 100 rupees, I will open the entrance for you. Kiki!
Try to open it yourself. I wish. I want to see Link scramble up there.
Kiki! Good choice. Then I get 100 of your rupees. Kiki!
What are you even going to spend it on? Maybe a new, like, jumpsuit? Is this monkey blue? I guess he's blue, but I always parsed him as wearing a robe. Never give him anything. Give him a stick of gum. Oh, then we can raise Tessie and get a ride across Lake Tess and fight some mad ducks and worthless protoplasms. Everything in the Dark World does insane damage at first. You love the phrase of never give him anything instead of something like give him nothing. I wonder what it says in Japanese. I'll have to try and find, I'm sure any speedrun of this game, I'm sure I could find. Actually, I don't want to go here yet. I'm here anyway. Any speedrun of this game would be done in the Japanese version just because the text is faster and there's some glitches you can only pull off in the 1.0 version of this game. So I could look. Because I wonder if like it actually said something that severe, or if it was like either a translation foible or a liberty. I think it's funny. Brick Road is the greatest video game character. I support Brick Road. I really like the bit in Scaraba where you go through just Dungeon Man. Especially after just, I think the whole temple in Scaraba was a difficult slog. Because the enemies there were tough. Can I actually just... Okay. The enemies there were tough, and it was cramped. And you have to go a while without healing. Ow, that's right. Lasers. So, finding Brick Road... Oops. In that bit was just like a nice... What am I doing? A nice breath of fresh air? Hang on a second. This is embarrassing. I especially like the music he composed himself for his dungeon. Boy, Earthbound has so many good bits. Maybe he'll stream that someday. I don't know. Maybe Mother 3. RPGs are such a commitment, though. Boy, I hope there's a key here. I'm gonna feel really dopey. Oops. You forgot the music. It's so intentionally bad. It's beautiful. What are you talking about? I don't really need these hearts, but I'm gonna go in here anyway. Hello, ladies. Thank you. I think as a whole, it took me a while to really appreciate Earthbound's music, but I really like the use of sampling in that game in particular. The fact that I did it on the Super Nintendo is quite mind-boggling. RPGs allow me to interact with chat. That's true. It's harder to do here. I mean, I can do it, but I'm definitely clumsier here than I normally would be when playing on my own, because I'm half looking at the game screen and half looking at the chat. You'd like to see Persona 4 Golden streamed? That would be a long one, though. A long one. I'd have to really prepare myself to do a long-form RPG. I'm still thinking, again, you know, my whims are fickle. I'm still thinking about what I want to do after Chicory, because I'll probably do like at least a cleanup stream on Friday of Chicory. I think I want to do Ghost Trick though, because I did stream it a while back, but I didn't archive it properly. I just lost the first 2 recordings of it, so I would like to go back and do Ghost Trick properly. And I know some of you have experienced Ghost Trick before, so I hope you'll be okay with that. And for those of you that haven't experienced Ghost Trick, well, you're in for a treat, I hope. I don't want to color anyone's expectations prematurely, but Ghost Trick does have Missile. Do I want that up or down? I think I want it... Oh, I want it up, because there's red up here. The chat is why I'm clumsy. Well, not entirely. Sometimes. Golden is shorter than 3 or 5. Is it? I don't actually know how long Golden is. Ah, I missed. No, I'm not doing the bomb jump. Because, frequently in speedruns, there's a bomb jump you can do to get across that gap. But it's very difficult because you basically have to be on the correct pixel. It's pixel and frame perfect, and I've never tried to do it before, so I don't think it would be a good idea for me to attempt it. Hard to play now because Capcom won't fix the iOS version. I can't believe it crashes in Chapter 2 and they won't fix it. That's such a travesty. Like, I wish Ghost Trick was more accessible to people. Now, you have this iOS version, which should be perfect, but it doesn't work. What the heck? Bomb jumping sucks. I've done it in some places in this game. I've done it in Skull Woods to get to the big chest, which doesn't really save any time, but it looks cool. And I've done it a couple times in the Palace of Darkness, or not Palace of Darkness, the Ice Palace, but I can't really do that one consistently because you have to be in the right pixel again. I got the magic hammer. I can drive the wooden stakes down in the ground. I can use it to pound on other things too. I can fix my roof. In the Japanese version, that is called the MC hammer. Yes, like the guy. Like, you can't touch this. That guy. Hammer. The only complaint you have about Ghost Trick is that the time limit makes you a bit anxious. I'm a person who time limits of games tend to make me anxious too, but I find Ghost Trick is rather generous. Especially because, like, it's not like, say, Pikmin, where the time limit is extended over a long period of time. Which, I don't know, makes it feel tighter to me for some reason. The single arrow. I think Ghost Trick, because generally it's a shorter time frame, that it doesn't stress me out as bad, and it's really easy to restart if you need to try again. I don't actually need this key, because I think the room below me is just the map, and I don't need that. You honestly don't care about the time limit. Micromanaging is something you're good at anyway. Maybe it's not the map. Maybe it's a key. I think you spend a key to get a key. Oh, whatever. I have a key. I'm gonna open it. I'm here. Oh, it's $5. Ugh, it's even worse than I thought. You've done bomb jumps in Ganon's tower. Oh, hang on. Bumper crab, bumper crab, bumper crab. Ow. Stop that. The room with 7 hookshot gaps, because you didn't have the hookshot yet? I would assume this is like a randomizer race. That's still pretty cool. You're actually more comfortable when you have to micromanage than when you don't. Do you play a lot of, like, say, strategy games? Like, come on. Come on. There we go. Like a Civilization or something? I always feel like I'm forgetting something when I try and do micromanaging games. Probably why you like Ninja a lot. That would do it. I don't know, you should try playing healer. I think you have to micromanage a lot while healing, too. Especially if you're, like, trying to keep, say, regen and buffs on people. I have the bow equipped. Come on. There we go. There we go. You are playing healer as Blue Mage. Oh. Yeah, Blue Mage has some good healing spells. Okay, okay. I heard someone commentating a rando race once saying that this room reminded them of a toucan. So this is the eye. This eye. You couldn't find it. It turns out after Swamp Palace, there's exactly one place you need the hookshot for, and that's the gap after Moldorm 2. Not if you can hover. I say that in jest. I've never tried to do it. It's, as far as I know, very difficult because you're button mashing. Blue Mage is the best healing spell. That's what I've heard. Ow. Turtles. These things are called, I believe, terror pins. I love stupid monster names. So good. Guess I could just hit it with the hammer again. That would be faster. What's the healing spell that Blue Mage has? Like, I know they have a potent one. Whack. Whack. Eh. The hitbox and the hammer is not great. Especially if you're doing rando and like the only good weapon you have for a long time is the hammer. That gets tricky. A white wind. Oh, I should have known. There we go. Is hovering even possible to do at a human level? Yes. There are some runners that can do it. I'd say probably about as consistently as a human can. Boy, that was really good. I love taking all that damage right before the boss. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Whoop. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There we go. I really shouldn't try and use the hammer for this. I might have to use a fairy here. We'll see what happens. Well, we're good. We're good. My dad used to have a lot of trouble with Helmasaur King here. Which Helmasaur King I think is a mean boss, because it can just charge into you and do a lot of damage. The reason I held my sword out when I was bonking its mask is that if you do that, you won't bounce. Like, if you hit it with the hammer without holding your sword out, you get knocked backwards in your face in the other direction, so this makes it a little easier to do it faster. Morri, because of you, I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you. This world used to be the Golden Land where the Triforce was hidden, but because Ganon, the boss of thieves, wished it, the world was transformed. I'm sure he's intending to conquer even our light world after building his power here. He is trying to open a larger gate between worlds near the castle using our powers, but the gate is not open completely yet. If we 7 maidens come together, we can break the barrier around Ganon's hiding place. I will tell you where the other girls are held. I believe you will destroy Ganon. I will return to my original form at that time. Do you understand? Sure. May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce. Ding. It was the first boss you struggled with this game, you think. You too? It's a wake-up call. It's definitely tricky, because again, as I think you mentioned earlier on Dora, stuff does a lot more damage in the Dark Worlds than you know you've been experiencing up until that point. So yeah, definitely a wake-up call. And just there's a lot more stuff coming at you because of like its tail, and it can charge into you, and the projectiles that it spits. Have a good one. Thank you for joining us. Always nice to have an audience for stuff that maybe isn't as full of the voice acting. I should do Partners in Time at some point. Keep the Mario RPG train rolling, which, man, there's so many things I want to do, and not enough time in the day. I mean, I could always stream more often, I guess, but maybe someday in the future. Excuse me. No. I need to get the flippers is what I need to do. Can I get those now? I think I can, yeah. Let me get the flippers. I think I could just... I have not played Parallel Worlds. I've heard of it. I've heard, I guess, mixed things about it. I've heard the difficulty is a little all over the place. But I've heard as far as ROM hacks go, though, it's pretty well made. Have you? I haven't actually tried to play any ROM hacks of this, unless you count the randomizer, I suppose. You've been demoted to just following your friend while you try to get that blue mage spell. Doesn't even need you to pitifully heal him. Yes, and it's hell. Oh boy. I knew it was supposed to be hard, but I didn't know how hard. I think that's something that a lot of ROM hacks struggle with, though, is balancing difficulty. Like, I know a lot of, say, Mario hacks are well known for their difficulty being all over the place. I mean, I guess they're legitimate now with Mario Maker. Although, I guess Mario Maker requires you to beat your level first before you can upload it. It does a lot of neat things, but good lord, it's difficult. What does it do? Because I only know that it exists, basically, but I don't know any details. Classic Zoras, before they became all like the smooth, white fish people. Do folks prefer these classic Zoras, I wonder, or... Hang on, or, or, Ocarina of Time style Zoras. Ah, okay. Okay, I deserve that. The Super Metroid Link to the Past rando seems more fun than any other hack. I want to try that at some point, but I've only played Super Metroid once, so I don't know it well enough to, I think, play that hack well, because I wouldn't know how to navigate. Like, I wouldn't know, say, okay, I have these items, I can go to these areas in Super Metroid. I don't know the game well enough yet. Also, look at the DreamWorks face in this guy. What do you want, little man? Man, little girl? Do you have something to ask me? I keep forgetting to switch pronouns since I gave Link my name. I want the flip... No, I just dropped by. Great! Whenever you want to see my fishy face, you are welcome here. Goodbye. No, okay. I would actually like some flippers. Sir. 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 Hyper Metroid is a good Metroid hack. I've heard there's a lot of good Metroid hacks out there. Like the Metroid 2 remake that came out before the Metroid 2 remake, the real one. Who does he think he is, Watson? Wahaha! But I don't just give the flippers away for free. I sell them for 500 rupees a pair. I feel like King Zora in an electric type gym would not not get on well. Blah, blah. Wahaha! One pair of flippers coming up. I will give you a free bonus with your purchase. I will let you use the magic waterways of the sea folk which link lakes and rivers. When you see a whirlpool, dive into it. You never know where you'll surface. Wahaha! Thank you. Gross. You just like spit those at me. Nice. You're trying to think of neat things from Parallel Worlds, but you're coming up blank. Oh, I mean, I believe you. A Nuzlocke would also be fun to watch. Ooh, you know, that could be fun, actually. I would probably make liberal use of, like, a fast-forward button, though. Because I think a normal speed Pokemon game might get a little tedious to watch. Especially since Nuzlocke, you know, you gotta level up your team adequately. So you, well, hopefully you don't get one-shotted. Hopefully. You know, somebody on Twitter reminded me inadvertently of the name of a Pokemon hack I was trying to remember the name of some streams ago. And I was gonna share it here, and now I can't remember what it is. Was it Pokemon Insurgence? Hello there. Did you drop this? I like an honest person. I will give you something better in return. Tanku. The magic boomerang. Cool, thanks. A Nuzlocke's all fun and games until you lose your first Pokemon and are on the verge of tears. I think that would be the hardest thing to contend with. Has anyone here played through a Nuzlocke? I've never actually attempted it. Insurgents, the super edgy, gothy, emo kid Pokemon game. I don't remember if it's... I mean, it's edgy. I remember it's edgy, because I read a Let's Play of some of it. This is not where I want to go. I want to go this way. But I do remember it had its own regional Pokemon, but it also had Delta variants of actual Pokemon, which I remember thinking some of them were pretty cool. Particularly, I remember I brought it up during Chicory because somebody mentioned that these platforms you use on your way to Grubhub look like Crustle, and there's a Delta form of Crustle that looks like a slice of shortcake. There's also a Delta variant of Vespiquen that's like Steel Fire or something. It's like she's rocket powered. It was cool. So points for that. Yo, Morri! You seem to be in a heap of trouble, but this is all I can give you. Oh, thank you. You alright? Alright, they're sleeping. Have not, but you would do Emerald if you did. Yeah, I've never played Emerald. I had Sapphire, but I never got Emerald. So that would be a fun one. Parallel worlds include stuff that was removed from the actual game, like enemies. Oh, like the, there's a soldier in this game programmed in with a cannon that's fully functional, but just was never actually officially implemented. But it works. You did an Ultra Moon Nuzlocke, lost the fabled Ultra Necrozma. Aw, man! What a heartbreaker. Cool that you did it, though. Emerald is really better than Sapphire or Ruby. That's what I've heard, that it's the superior version of just having more stuff in it. Or by virtue of having more stuff in it, I should say. Hang on. Where am I going? I need to go up here. There we go, and use my MC hammer. Doink. Oh yeah, quarter magic. That's another thing that's functional in the game. I know the randomized version of this, I believe, also programmed it back in. You can pick, I think, an easier difficulty level, and that has it so you can pick up quarter magic. Pokemon Uranium. Oh yeah, I've seen that one too. That one, I think I've seen a bit of a Let's Play of, and it was also very edgy. Actually, hang on. I'm gonna go to... The rando community calls this Hype Cave because there's so many items in there, but I don't remember if there's anything good in the vanilla version. Maybe some guy gives you a piece of heart. It might just be money. Hello, Goblin Man. Take me by the hand. Give me a heart piece. Take some rupees, but don't tell anyone I gave them to you. Keep it between us, okay? Why does everybody say that? It's kind of weird. I think it's just money. Uranium doesn't run well at all. I think I might have tried it once, and I feel... Was it slow? I think it was slow. Is that... I tried some Pokemon ROM hack that had gained popularity at the time. Maybe it was Uranium. I remember they made you do like a little questionnaire at the beginning to determine what starter you get. I don't remember what I got, though. It chugs. Okay, maybe that was the one I did try, because it was too slow. And I'm like, okay. I don't think I could be bothered to try and brute force my way through here. Ow. Oh, that is Uranium with the questionnaire. I mean, I think I definitely have to give props to the creator for making their own game. I mean, that is not small potatoes at all. And I respect that. I mean, I guess it's a shame that a lot of fan-made games are very edgy. I know a lot of people want to interpret Pokemon like that, but I don't know. I'm not personally a fan of what if we take this beloved children's property and make it edgy. I think you can make it spooky, but you don't have to make something outright edgy. Like Kirby. You know, I think Kirby is spooky without being edgy. A lot of Pokemon fan games just have poor writing. Yeah. But I mean, again, amateur projects. I can't imagine that, you know, you get a lot of professional writers working on them. You don't like how some people think mature means edgy? I remember way back in the day, back when it was really hard to watch anime legally, you know, before you had stuff like Crunchyroll and a lot of shows getting licensed. fan subs and torrents were the way to go. And I remember I didn't watch stuff like Naruto, but I know there were fan subgroups out there that were insisting this is a mature show for adults, and everybody is always swearing like they're not. So of course, like all the stuff, like I think scanlations were like that too. People would put in a lot of swears because like it's a kids series. It runs in Shonen Jump. Come on. Don't be ashamed of liking a kids series if you enjoy like the story and characters. You don't need to put in a bunch of swearing to make a story mature or thoughtful or worthwhile. Nintendo would never make a mature Pokemon game, so you're gonna put cuss words in and people dying left and right. I think what they did with I don't know if it's a controversial opinion, I really liked Sun and Moon, and I liked how they did more in terms of the story. I don't want to spoil it here for anyone who hasn't played it. There are some things that I really wish Sun and Moon had done. There's one particular moment where I really felt Sumo pulled its punches. Let's say there's a certain fight in the game that I really wanted to fight the person themselves and not their Pokemon. If you know what I'm talking about, you'll know what I mean. And the fact that I was surprised that you did not actually fight the person. Like themselves. Well, I guess your Pokemon against them physically. But generally I liked the story focus in Sumo, and it really felt like Sword and Shield were a big step back. Can you... Come on, man. Thank you. Were a big step back in that regard. I mean, there were certain things I think, even though it's still a Pokemon game and they can't go too hard because a lot of kids like the stuff you find implied about Guzma's backstory, I think is pretty, I don't know, bleak is the word, but surprising for a kid's game. Among Us. Actually, that reminds me, apparently, so if you have a Nintendo Switch Online membership, Among Us is free to play, so I think starting today for like a week, which I should download. I would really love to play Among Us with some friends. I've never tried it before. It looks like a riot, though. You feel that Pokemon Black and White had the best plot in the main series. I like Black and White. I played Black. That was the one I had. That Black and White in particular felt like I was being, like the player character was being strung around, and the story wasn't really about me and my journey. It just, I happened to be at the right place at the right time to do certain things. And also, I know this is controversial. Actually, I don't need to go this way, I don't think. No, I'm very sorry. But I don't like N very much. I didn't find him a very interesting character, and I found whenever like you encountered him in game and you were given dialogue options with how to respond to him, I'd always pick the sassy one. I'm sorry, Anne, you've been through a lot. It's not your fault. It's just, I don't know, something about the character didn't interest me very much. Among Us is fun if people aren't taking it extremely seriously. Do people do that? Like, get angry at it? What am I saying? Of course people do. Squish. The proximity voice chat, that's a mod, right? So that's not something people could just do on the Switch. So I'm thinking maybe I should try and wrangle some friends together and do that. As for Sun and Moon, you find it funny that the games portray her as the worst mother in 7 regions, whereas the anime tries to paint her as slightly overbearing. You mean Lucamine? I mean, as far as oh right, I actually need the hook shot. Boing! This is the hook shot. It extends and contracts, and boing! It can grapple many things. Oops. Hang on. There we go. Why is there so much stuff coming at me in the water? Best item in the game, Sproing. And the hook shot has a surprising degree of utility. Like stabbing these guys without getting electrocuted. I used to be so paranoid about hitting them because I just hated the sudden bzzz. Okay, I don't need to go in there. I need to go this ways, I believe. Hopefully I'm going the right direction. I should probably call it an evening soon, 'cause, you know, another early day at work tomorrow. Well, that's my everyday. Up. Stuns, damages, grapples, hits, and vulnerability. It's always really good to find in rando, too. I think I need to go down. Oh, I think there's just items here. But I'll take them. I like free stuff. I have so much money. I have so much money. I kind of like that A Link Between Worlds actually gave you stuff to spend your money on. But then, of course, once you buy all the items, it's like, well, okay, that was... Now my wallet is full to bursting for no reason again. Which... Is it this one? There we go. Oh. That's right, it's just money. Never mind. Which one? This one? This one. There we go. Maybe I'll consider a Pokemon Nuzlocke. Because, I mean, there's some, like, ROM hacks out there that I think have the Nuzlocke rules automatically applied, right? And even if not, I mean, well, we could just honor system it. Come on. I could never get this key without getting hurt. Please. Please! Please. There's a current pushing me to the left, which is why that's... Ow. I think there's hearts in here. There are. Oh, perfect! I guess I just have to think about what game to do, but then emeralds, as you mentioned, probably be a good choice. And don't worry, I will nickname all my Pokemon. I always do. Yeah, that could be a fun, I don't know, like, Tuesday... Friday? I don't know. Uranium is another one with Nuzlocke built in. Except if you pick one of the starters, it's impossible to beat your rival at the beginning. So you crash the game when you first walk into Tallgrass. Really? How come? Do they just kill you? Or, like, is it just, like, impossible for your Pokemon to do enough damage to beat them? That seems like a egregious oversight. These little puffs are so angry. I mean, I would be too if I was being, you know, forcibly yanked away from my comfort zone and then stabbed a bunch. This boss's name is Argus with 2 R's, which I think is very funny. Ow. I have to be more careful. Why am I hurting myself on the puffs here? That's annoying. Come on. Give it to me. There we go. I thought I broke it for a second. Which would be really funny. I mean, it'd be terrible. I just somehow soft-locked the game on Argus. A glitch no one has ever seen before. Can you... Thank you. Come on. There we go. It was one of the moves one of them had. You read an LP about the game a long time ago. I should look for that LP again, because I think I found... I don't know if I finished it. I think I read most of it. I find games like that are perfect for reading LPs for, because you get to see them and the work put into them, but you don't have to slog your way through it yourself. Morri, because of you, I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you! The Triforce will grant the wishes of whoever touches it, as long as that person lives. That is why it was hidden in the Golden Land. Only a select few knew of its location, but at some point that knowledge was lost. The person who rediscovered the Golden Land was Ganondorf, the evil thief. Luckily, he couldn't figure out how to return to the Light World. Well... remember that you have magical powers, which only the hero can make the most of. There are some other magical warping points like the one you saw on Death Mountain. By using them, you can go between the two worlds and find the evils hidden in the Dark World. You are the only one who can destroy Ganondorf, the thief. No, Ganon, the evil king of darkness. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce. You remember in Parallel Worlds, one of the dungeons had you fight Vitreous like 6 times? 2 or 3 at once in one... What? In one room? How would you do that? It would get really cramped there. That's a lot of eyeballs. Like, imagine the slowdown with Vitreous's lightning attack. I can see why people say Parallel Worlds is very difficult, because yeah, that would not be fun. I think one Vitreous is enough. Okay, I think I'm gonna get the flute and get the Boyd, and then call it an evening, if that works for folks. And then Friday I'm gonna do some cleanup on Chicory, and then probably finish this next week, I think. I'd say it's not a very long game, but I don't think that's true. I think this game is a nice length. I'm just probably going through it a little faster than average, just because I've played it several times before. So I mostly know where I'm going. Hello. After wandering into this world, I turned into this shape. I enjoyed playing the flute in the original world. There was a small grove where many animals gathered. I want to see that place again. I buried my flute there with some flower seeds. Will you try to find it for me? No! I see. I won't ask you again. Goodbye. No! No! I changed my mind. I changed my mind. Oh, so you are asking me again, huh? How the turntables. Maybe he can't see very well. Then I will lend you my shovel. Good luck. Thanks. I borrowed a shovel. You can dig in many places. You'll never know what you find. Probably snakes. Lots of snakes. Ostrich. I'm like right at my work point. I'm good. Very good. Oh my god. Please. I can't move! Give me a chance! Okay, maybe if I start far away enough. There we go. I guess I was just too close to him. First the Sandcastle Kid and now this. I'm really on a roll when it comes to crushing spirits lately. I was gonna say, oh no, people remember Oyster, but then I clipped that bit, so yeah. Oh, here is the flute. Its music surely has some mysterious power. Looks like a potato. I guess it is a potato ocarina. Thank you, Morri, but it looks like I can't play my flute anymore. Please take it. If by chance you go to the village I lived in, please give it to a tired old man you will find there. Well, my mind is getting hazy. Please let me hear the sound of the flute one last time. Rip Stumpy. May you rest in trees. That bit always made me sad. I could have not played the flute for him, and he would have forever remained just a little goblin man sitting there. Sorry, Stumpy. Spud. It's a good thing Link knows how to play the ocarina. So it's not just dude, or just no sound at all. Just welcome to the treasure field. The object is to dig as many holes as you can in 30 seconds. Any treasure you dig up will be yours to keep. It's only 80 rupees to play. What do you say? I want to dig. Then I will lend you a shovel. When you have it in your hand, start digging. Move. Move! Oh my god, sir. This is obstruction. So there is a piece of heart here. It's totally random if I get it or not. So, we'll find out. Please. 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 Okay, time's up. Game over. Come back again. Goodbye. Let me out. Link just playing Hot Cross Buns. Wait, no, he can also play Three Blind Mice. I know it's the same song. Oops. This is not an organized dig, please. Please. I do appreciate that the rando version of this changes it so you're guaranteed to find the heart piece in 20 digs. Like a maximum 20 digs. Please. 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 This is the rest of the stream. We're here for another half hour as I try in vain to dig up a piece of heart. Come on. I want to dig. Move. 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 I wonder if anybody's counting. I'm not. There's also the chest game in, the village. What is the village called? Like, I want to say Thieves Town? Like the dark old version of Kakariko Village, but that's the name of the dungeon there. There it is! Cool, I'm out. Yeah, I know time's up, game over, I'm going. There we go. Oh wait, I can't get to the village from this direction. I have to... Village of Outcasts, that's it! Thank you! Alright. I could do Thieves Town before going to bed, technically. That's not a long dungeon. You always forget there's not a heart piece at the shooting gallery. Yeah, I've wasted time there before and then realized, oh wait. Just money, which is useless to me. I mean, what else is there for me to spend money on? I mean, the big bomb. Spoilers, I guess. But that aside... Oops. Excuse me. Okay. I go up. Oh yeah, the wishing well. That was the other thing. I forget about it though, because I feel like you don't really need bomb or arrow upgrades, since you don't have to use them that often. I'm so sad. Kakariko Village music, gone. Lost Woods music, gone. Maybe you don't, but you need, or maybe I don't, but you need them. Oh. I mean, it's nice just to see the numbers get big. Eh. These poor emaciated chickens. I did like A Link Between Worlds with Low Rule, and just sort of showing what, like, a little snippet of what it's like to live in basically a dying world. Hello, little creature.
Hi, may I help you? You can open 2 chests for 30 rupees. Why don't you play? Okay. Alright, kid. Choose well. Good luck.
What do you mean, kid? Okay. Maybe this guy is like 82. Please. Nope. 1 rupee and the single arrow. It's like the best thing I could possibly have gotten. Come on. Okay, maybe I'll save Thieves Town for next time. I should probably get to bed. I got a bit of a headache coming on. So, there we go. What else do I need to do in here before I forget? I can save in the entrance of Thieves Town. Ow. There's a bottle. In here? I think it's a bottle. I'll have to blow that up. Take care of myself. I don't know. Sounds hard. Sounds like a lot of effort. Oh, it's just money. Never mind. Alright, well. So, normally, if you look at the dungeons here, Skull Woods on the upper left is your third dungeon, technically, but I like to do Thieves Town here first, because you get the Titan's Mitt in there, and the Titan's Mitt will get you a better sword, which makes the boss of Skull Woods suck slightly less. The boss of Skull Woods is kind of broken. Anyway, I'm going to stop the stream here. So, thank you very much for joining me, everybody. Catch you next... Well, Friday, I'm going to finish up Chicory. And then next Tuesday, I'll probably finish this up. And then, I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens after that. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. Have a lovely evening. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care. I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.